I hate feeling alone. I hate that feeling of being alone at night. The lonely mornings. I hate the feeling of not belonging. Loneliness is not always about physically being alone. It can feel like being surrounded by friends, but still feeling unseen. Checking your phone, hoping someone message you, wanting to explain yourself but not knowing how to actually do so, feeling like everyone else already has their persona in check. You know, that night out or time spent with friends, laughing and having fellowship feels great, but when it's all said and done, the feeling of emptiness consumes you. Being alone isn't that bad. You know, the quiet mornings, time spent working alone, exercising, walking, meditating, but that certain feeling of loneliness itself is what truly hurts. It's a feeling that surrounds you and drains the light out of your soul. You feel okay if you're lucky in the moment, but when that voice comes back, you feel like you've been hit by a brick wall. The absence of a purpose, of connection, of relation with another individual, even the lack of care for yourself, pounds on that door to your mind. We humans are social creatures. We naturally want to connect. We naturally want connection, acceptance, and reassurance. When those needs are not met, your mind may start telling you some of the following things, like nobody cares about you. Am I difficult to love? Everyone would be fine without me. Something must be wrong with me. Those thoughts from that voice within you is challenging to deal with. We sometimes end up believing those words and phrases, but I've come to find that they are literally just lies. Lies that are placed within your path to momentarily hinder your life experiences. They help keep you locked away in a shell, a room that acts as walls that are closing slowly in on you as you breathe to find a way out. If you're not already claustrophobic, the thoughts don't appear just once. They hold you in a sort of chokehold frequently, appearing with emotions attached that lunge onto you until you acknowledge them and accept the sorrow. If you try to escape the emotions of loneliness, go visit public places, call up a friend, spend that valuable time with those you love, it may disappear momentarily, but boy, does it come back to remind you of who and where you are. Feeling unwanted doesn't mean you are unwanted. Feeling forgotten doesn't mean you have no value. Let us take a step forward into seeing the science behind why our brains react like this within with loneliness. Loneliness is a natural alarm system that makes the brain treat social disconnection like physical pain, triggering stress hormones and behavior changes that motivate us to reconnect. We humans originally survived by belonging to groups. Historically, separation from others meant less protection, food, and support, which basically meant you're cooked. Because of that, our brains now treat social disconnection like a possible threat, a separation that is to cause distress and fear. The cruel part is that developing and being given this emotional detachment is that loneliness can make connection harder. You see, when we feel lonely, we desire and want connection. This desire for connection then goes on to play and tug onto our emotions, like strings between a puppet and its puppeteer. You feel disconnected, become alert for rejection, overthink social interactions, receive fewer positive interactions, which then ultimately makes you feel even more disconnected. This means loneliness can continue even after the opportunities for socialization. This means that loneliness can continue even after opportunities for socialization appear. Your brain has experienced so much. You may be trying to protect yourself unconsciously from further pain, but that quote unquote protection can be a leading factor to accidentally be keeping yourself isolated, not the other way around. Loneliness isn't just an internal struggle. It affects more than just your emotions. It's experiencing persistent loneliness can be involved in activating the body's stress response systems. Research has connected loneliness and social isolation with altered stress activity, cardiovascular responses, sleep problems, and inflammatory processes. Because of this, in everyday life, these side effects may appear as difficulty in sleeping, low motivation, complete mental exhaustion, trouble concentrating, increased anxiety, especially when socializing, feeling physically tense, and generally losing interest in socializing as isolation has become your mind's norm. So yes, I hate feeling alone with loneliness. I hate that feeling of being alone at night during 2 a.m., experiencing loneliness, the lonely mornings with loneliness. I hate that feeling of not belonging, influenced by the emotions tied to this feeling of loneliness. But with loneliness, societal pressures don't need to be attached to you. Your worth is not decided by the weight and judgment of society. Playing a fake persona and putting on the quote unquote "I'm fine" mask doesn't need to be enforced. You can be yourself, not to please or conform to anyone else's ideologies and desires. Loneliness doesn't have to be a signal, not an identity of who you are. It does not prove that you are boring, unlovable, or unwanted. It means there is a gap between the connection you are currently experiencing and the connection you need. The way out is often not meeting as many people as possible. It is gradually creating repeated, safe, and meaningful interactions that bring value within yourself and others. Sometimes it's so simple, it can literally begin with one person. One honest conversation or one community where you regularly show up and contribute. Loneliness only hurts because the human brain was built to treat connection as a necessity, not a luxury. But when loneliness lasts too long and becomes a part of our daily life, the brain can become so focused on avoiding rejection that it accidentally pushes connection away. That's pretty much it. I don't want to drag this video on. Please consider subscribing if you enjoyed the content and want to see more. And please let me know what you'd like to see a video on. Have a blessed week, and remember to keep going and know that you are loved.